Academics versus Charlamagne. Now, I gotta start with I watch Academics for entertainment, obviously, right? I've been watching Academics for a while. So I'ma start it where I know him best. Or I know this academic Charlemagne dilemma to start from. And it does start with Jay-Z and Rock Nation. It actually starts with Nicki Minaj. When years ago, when Nicki Minaj started going on her rants about Rock Nation and how they were evil and all of the things, right? We all know what Nicki Minaj then said about Jay Z, Rock Nation, Desiree Perez, and the whole thing. I'm not here to bring up all of that. But what I'm here to say is academics covered it, right? And when academics at the time when academics covered it, he always said, "Hey, Nikki, you brave, cause Rock Nation is the one people I don't mess with. I'm gonna cover you saying what you saying, but far as when I do what I do, even though I may have some way, I feel a way towards them, I'll never come out say these things. You braver than me." That's what he used to always say when Nicki Minaj uh said what he said what she said. We fast forward, right? Tory Lane's thing happened. Or it may have happened before Nicki started saying that. I don't know. But like I said, he came from that. But the Tory Lanez thing happened, and they sued after the trial and all that. Uh, Meg Thee Stallion sued Milagro because she said Tory gave her information and she was making her look bad on the internet on behalf of Tory and all of that, whatever, whatever. And at that point, Rock Nation during that whole lawsuit, they deposed uh academics. They put him in his deposition. Uh I guess they before the actual deposition, they were trying to harass them for information and whatever, whatever. And this is what triggered academics to start speaking out against Rock Nation. For this, like I said, this is far as what I've seen him put on his stream. Any This is not a I don't know the academics. This is not a behind the scenes. This and that. This is not necessarily me making this up. Now, this is just everything that's front facing that you could research via YouTube and streams and stuff, right? So at that point, he had enough. You're coming at me now. Now I'm gonna speak up. Before I may have known some backdoor dealings. This is what I'm thinking. Academics is thinking at this time. Before I may known some backdoor dealings and some issues other people may have had with you, and I believe Rock Nation to be the big bad guy. I would never speak on it. Now that it's focused on me, academics. Now I'm speaking out. Y'all sending people to my house trying to serve me and all of that. I'm not coming outside. Then I end up in the deposition, all of the things. Now I'm speaking out against Rock Nation. So for years now, he's been against Rock Nation saying a lot of things. I'm gonna pause it right there. Charlemagne. We go to the Charlemagne side. For years now, before however long, it's gotta be if the Breakfast Club started in 2010, I say at least 2014, 15, I don't know. Charlemagne's been wearing the Rock Nation emblem symbol, the paper plane. He's been wearing the hat. Now, like I said, I don't know Charlamagne. I'm not an insider, just a person watching. I'm not saying to, I know Charlamagne was a part of Rock Nation. All I'm saying is I've always thought he had some affiliation with Rock Nation. If it was management, if it was somebody who was just wanted to be noticed by them and supported by them. Like, if you look at Charlamagne throughout all his Breakfast Club clips, he wears like two hats. He wears the BE now. He wears the BE, which is the Black Effect hat, and he wears the Paper Planes hat for like the longest. You know what I'm saying? So even at the lowest, to me, if you watch Charlamagne and and I'm saying this to Act, because Act, this is somebody you say is one of your mentors, somebody I think you have the utmost, and I'm not utmost respect, but I'm saying he's your number one, right? That's what I'm saying. He's your number one mentored guy because you said it plenty of times. He gave you your first interview and all of the things, right? So if this is the guy who is your number one, and I know you watch him, you have to know that he's been at least somebody who admired Jay because he called him he calls himself a Winfrey Pickett Knowles Carter something like that. Like his last name, Oprah Winfrey, Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, Knowles, Beyonce Knowles Carter, Jay-Z, Sean Carter, Winfrey Knowles Carter. He's been calling himself that for years, and then he got at the least, if Rock Nation, I would say, if Rock Nation is a big conglomerate, and if they have somebody, they can have a inside voice, like an inside line to be their voice when certain things come up in the news. Somebody who's on the radio 5 times a day, somebody who's number one in the urban media space. Why wouldn't you have him? Not like I said, maybe it's not a payroll per se because that may look away to the governing bodies of the radio, the FCC or whatever. But if you have an inside line, like this guy reveres me. This is Jay-Z saying this, right? This guy calls himself this on the radio every day. Why wouldn't I somehow put him under my wing so when whatever we need to get out, whether it's to cover bad press, I mean to like we need to combat bad press or to cover whatever events we got coming up, to whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? Let's have him as a mouthpiece to for us to do whatever message we need to get out there to the people. This guy, like I said, Charlamagne openly been calling himself these 6 last names since I don't know 2012. I don't know. I don't have a pinpoint date. Well, what I'm saying is, if you see this, and I'm not even saying Jay-Z himself. I'm saying if Jay-Z is the mastermind we know him to be, and Desiree is the mastermind they say she is, Rock Nation, if we have this dude who's the number one media who's considered. I'm talking about the Breakfast Club, and we all know the Breakfast Club was Charlamagne the whole time. You get what I'm saying? Yes, it was DJ Envy, it was Angela Lee, but the one who was gonna ask the tough questions, the one who was gonna be the shock jock, the one who was gonna all of that was Charlamagne. We know who Charlamagne was. If we can have him be who we need him to be at the time we need him to be that, if it's not a form of payment, if we could just promise him whatever, give him access to whatever, shoot over the Rock Nation hats, the paper plane hats, the clothing, whatever. Why, why wouldn't it? Like, so I'm just saying, act. You've been in the game since as long as you've been in the game, and like I said, you revere Charlamagne. How could you not at least see this being a thing? Get what I'm saying? Now, let's fast forward. Let's get up to speed. When Rock Nation is coming at you in which you feel is going down, of course Charlamagne is gonna holler at you. Of course he's down. He's been donning, like I said, he's been donning the Rock Nation paper planes hat and clothing and speaking up on Jay's forever. Like, it's just a thing. Like, example. Now I believe this is out in the open. DJ Envy, you've been watching. If you watch the Breakfast Club for years, him and 50 Cent are very close. Now I think it's been presented as DJ Envy has done things with 50 Cent openly, far as business wise. I know he sent things to his car show. When I'm shooting this, he just went to the premiere of Fightland and all of that. Like, I think it's more open than uh Charlamagne to Rock Nation, if you want to say publicly. But it's the same thing. Like, I don't know if I know 50 Cent may have hired DJ Envy for certain things to DJ certain gigs or whatever may have you. But if you don't think 50 Cent created a relationship with DJ Envy, whether it came before 50 Cent was 50 Cent or later, that he has a direct line to DJ Envy, a part of the number one urban media community far as the Breakfast Club community, radio show, podcast, whatever you want to say it is at this point in time in 2026. That is a asset to have. So if one day it comes out in the future and DJ Envy is suddenly down with a casino or something, right? On under 50 Cent's power media conglomerate group or whatever it is, or whatever 50 G Unit, I don't G Unit records or whatever G Unit, whatever it is called. Pardon me, 50 Cent. I just not really up on all of the names. I know G Unit, Power, whatever. I know you got the studio, G Unit Studios, or whatever the conglomerate, G Unit, whatever, and you see DJ Envy's name. Are you gonna be so surprised, like, oh my gosh, why didn't you disclose this? Yes, y'all did a couple things in the past, and I know y'all was cool, but come on, bro. You got like that line to that line is an asset to have. Like a person can't call themselves a Winfrey, Pinkett, Smith, Knowles, Carter for the last 15 years and think the person who he's referring to may not want to have that as an asset. You get what I'm saying? Even if he never actually present him an opportunity of being on a payroll per se. Get what I'm saying? But fast forward. So to me, I say that all that to say it's just just me as an outsider. That wasn't a shocking thing to see his name under a casino bid. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how it just so surprised you. Like I don't get that. I don't get act how that was just so surprising. And this is what you trying to use as a gotcha moment. Like that just it's just not a thing to me. Um. So y'all did the interview. Y'all did the sit down, and the reviews are the reviews by the people. They say Charlamagne got the best of you. What I you can feel how you want to feel. Act. I'm not really here to critique the interview. I wanted to get that off, and the other thing I wanted to get off was, listen, I do what Charlamagne said to me was true, in the fact that if I'm your man, I send you information. Now, can we have an understanding or can we have a disagreement of, yo, you sent me this information, but I wanted more information and you weren't willing to give that up. I might feel away, whatever, whatever. But you don't need all the information, who it came from, who the email, this and that. If this is what's going on, you go to your man like you did. You went to Grand Wizard. Yo, Grand, I got word that this is going on. Is this going on? Pause. What I want to know from you, Act, did Grand Wizard tell you that he was being investigated before Charlamagne told you he was being investigated or questioned or whatever it was? Now, yes, I'm not talking about him telling you, yo, I think somebody's outside of my house, or I think somebody's taking pictures of me, or this and this and that. I'm telling you, did Grand Wizard, before Charlamagne gave you information, because, and I'm saying this on purpose, did Grand Wizard tell you, Act, these people showed up at my house, they questioned me about this, this, and this is what I told them? Because what you said was, and Charlamagne confirmed or whatever, but I heard you say out your mouth after Charlamagne told you, and you hollered at the Grand Wizard, and I don't really want to call him that, George, as Charlamagne called him, George. You said to the camera and to us, the people, you said, yo, Grand already knew this because Alex Media sent him whatever the situation was that they were looking into him. So he had two times to tell you before Charlamagne told you. Because Grant sent him, because you said Alex Media sent him pictures and whatever was going on first. Did he come and tell you, hey, yo, Alex just sent me boom, boom, boom. He sent me the pictures of them taking pictures of me. Did he tell you they came and questioned him? That's the first thing I want to know. Forget all of the Charlamagne did whatever back in the day. That's where we need to start. Because if Grand George Nugent or whatever his name, if he didn't tell you, yo, they came to my house, they sat me down. Hey, they came to the store I was at. They sat me down. They pulled me to the side. They brought me to the precinct. They whoever's investigating, because I don't know, with him being in Australia and we being in America, I don't know who's investigating them. All of these you say sites or AI and all of the things. Listen, I don't care about none of that. Who's ever coming at him, whether it be Rock Nation or not, did he come tell you? Because yeah, you want to say, yo, Rock Nation is trying to play conquer and divide, which may be true, which it don't make sense to me, as Charlamagne explained in the interview as well. It don't make sense to him, it don't make sense to me, and we'll get to that. But let's first establish, did he ever come tell you that this was going on? Because if he didn't, I feel like that's something crazy. That's something wrong. Did any of the people who's supposed to be your people and the people behind Academics TV come tell you, hey, some people came to us. I don't know. I don't think they were the cops, or maybe they are the cops, or maybe they from Rock Nation, or maybe not from Rock Nation, whatever it is. Did any of them who Charlamagne named when he gave you the information come talk to you, especially Grand Wizard, because you claiming that man as your man's, as somebody you tight with, close with, and you saying these people at Rock Nations are playing conquer and divide? Did he come tell you this was what happened, is what's happening? Or did he wait till you got the information from Charlamagne to then come tell him? You There's no way somebody questioned that man and he not tell you, yo, this is what happened and this is what I said. Even if he lied about what he said, you should have some version of the story. You And I'm saying I know for a fact he didn't come tell you. That's what I'm standing on. Because you know what? When Charlamagne told you, you should have said to Charlamagne, man, I know about it, yo. Grant already told me this was going on. It shouldn't be no stream where you coming to us telling me, yo, everybody got to pick a side. There's no DJ Khaled's in here. Ain't nobody playing neutral. Nah, I told my man Grand, and they trying to play Conquer and Divide, and I know it's a proxy war because it's Rock Nation behind whoever, whatever. There's no live stream that you could have ever said that on, because Charlamagne would have told you behind the scenes, and you should have, hey, Charlamagne, don't worry about it. I already know. Grant told me we handled it. He already told me it was such and such, such and such. See what I'm saying? But you didn't have that information. Grant didn't tell you that. George didn't tell you that. He didn't tell you. He didn't put you on to him name dropping you and Drake or whatever it had happened. See what I'm saying? I think you're bent, and you admit this. You're loyal to a fault, which is cool with me. But hey, you gotta be smarter right now. Like, the fault is not here yet. In a sense, it's not here yet. So hey, I know, like I said, I'm late, but I gotta get this off my chest. I kind of like, hey, I mean, like I said, if you heard me in past situations, past blogs or whatever you want to call these, past streams or whatever, I I didn't get introduced to academics, to you academics, through the war in Chirac and all of the things. I got introduced to you through everyday struggle, and you being a part of somebody who I got love for, Joe Button. You know what I'm saying? I followed you from there, and you was pretty cool. And I'm very, I compartmentalize a lot of things, so a lot of things to me is all entertainment. So I just don't have that vitriol for you. So I want to see you win. I want to see you do good. I want to I want to I like for you to be one of the people who continue to entertain me, because you do got a thing that I enjoy watching. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I like your breakdowns or whatever. I'm not afraid to admit it. So it keeps me entertained while, like I said, I'm a truck driver, I'm driving the truck. So you gotta talk, you gotta get away from George. And I'm not no Rock Nation guy. I'm saying you gotta get away from George if he didn't tell you. You need to look at that as a huge red flag. It you shouldn't you shouldn't feel no way towards Charlamagne whether he Rock Nation or not. He gave you whatever info, and you should have said, Charlamagne, thanks for letting me know, but I already know because my man told me and we on it already. And that's when you could have said, yo, I think it's a Rock Nation thing, this, and this, and that. And y'all could have had that conversation. And that was supposed to be the conversation y'all had behind the scenes. And whether you brought it to the screen or not, to the people or not, hey, you do what you do. Hey, you and I believe you would have. And that was supposed to be what the stream was. Yo, it finally got around. Charlamagne hit me. It's definitely true. My man George said something. I'm bringing it to the people. My man George said people showed up to his house. He got the pictures. Alex Media told him. And now Charlamagne telling me. And I definitely feel like it's Rock Nation making the play. This and this and that. They trying to do whatever. Charlamagne had a conversation with Charlamagne. He messed up or whatever. Now let's get to that. I'm here to not debunk or because you like, hey, Ack, you know more than me, right? This is your life. You gotta live how you want to live it. You gotta play it how you gotta play it. Charlamagne say you sound manic. I mean, I can see how he did that. I can see how he did that. But what I'm saying to you is, and I'm just reiterating something I wanted to say before the interview came out. He said it in the interview. Charlamagne's Rock Nation, right? By way of however you want to put it. Like I said, I already explained. You should already feel like that. He's Rock Nation, cool. He come to you with the news of somebody. Your man just talking. They doing an investigation. They naming you and Drake. They telling on you, right? And then you got confirmation about that after you told him that. Then he sent another text message to Alex about it was you. Listen, when I mean he was doing the whole Charlamagne is a this and this and that from back in the day. And then he texts Alex again saying, yo, Act gave me the green light. Like, you can see he's a talker. So, but anyway, boom. You can see he's a talker. So you need to get away from him. And like I said, this is not a divided conquer here. I don't know nobody. I just a watcher. I'm just a watcher. Listen, Charlamagne's Rock Nation. Let's just say, let's just make him Rock Nation. He's Rock Nation. He comes to you with the info. It's either two things happen right now. Either is either you have to say Charlamagne brings you the information. He's Rock Nation. Either they believe that George is the big fish that keeps you going, that keeps you moving, that keeps you funded in whatever way. George is the fish that they want, or Charlamagne did you a solid by way of not knowing what Rock Nation was doing. Now let's break down the latter. Charlamagne gives you the info. Hey, this is what's going on. This is what I heard through the grapevine, whatever. Charlamagne fucked up then. Because Rock Nation, is no way in anybody's mind that they look at academic TV, George, as I'm not saying I'm talking about this is the public now. There's no way anybody sees him as the leader. You're the leader. You're academics. He's academics TV. If you fall, they fall. Let's go back a little bit. Like I said, you've been beefing with Rock Nation, right? Because they've been trying to depose you, and they did depose you. And like I said, at the time of this is all after they deposed you, right? So you've been beef with them. You've been saying Rock Nation was after you. You've been saying they had people at your house. You've been understanding that they was trying to intimidate whatever. They spent millions of dollars. They had you in a deposition for 7 hours, the most time allowed, and they used it all up. And they had 5 lawyers or 6 lawyers, and they text Desiree. You seen the screen. Hey, tell Desiree this, right? All of the things. You even take what Charlamagne just gave you and say, Charlamagne just gave me he fucked up on their behalf. He don't even know, even though I've been screaming to the mountaintops that Rock Nation is trying to take me and my team down and me and my situation down. They trying to do whatever. So he fucked up. So now I got to play. Oh, they going after Grand. Not that they trying to play divide and conquer. It's not a divide and conquer thing. It's they trying to attack you on both sides. It's not divide and conquer now. They're attacking you on 2 different fronts. That's what it is. It can't be divide and conquer, bro. There's no divide and conquer. Divide and conquer is if they believe, because he's giving, at this point, Charlamagne gave you the information by mistake, right? Because he's Rock Nation. And like I said, you should have been knew that. You played dumb, whatever. There's no way Rock Nation is going after Grand if you the head, right? So it's not a divide and conquer. I don't know why you thinking that they want to divide and conquer you. Nobody cares about Grand. They're either talking to Grand about you trying to take down you and Drake, which you keep clearly saying they're trying to attack you. So I don't know why you keep trying to split y'all up. Why you keep trying to split y'all up? You and Grand are one, bro. If they take down Akademiks, they take down Akademiks TV. Stop thinking y'all 2 different entities. That's one of your main problems. You keep, like, I understand you know you don't run that page. I know you don't necessarily have this affiliation with that page other than these people are doing this under the guise of your namesake, right? I understand that. But you got to think smarter because you claim to be this smart guy and you went to college for whatever you went to college for, right? And I know you throw that in some people's faces. But what I'm saying is there's no divide and conquer, bro. Unless they're trying to divide you from him and they think he's the big fish. Now, if that's the case, then you're right. If the Rock Nation believes this guy is the big fish, that either I know they know you get money from the industry because you say that on your own thing. You've made millions off the industry. But whatever they may have believed, right? If the divide and conquer is trying to divide you from him because they think he's the big fish who funnels things, or his agenda, you're his mouthpiece. You're getting out his agenda. You get what I'm saying? That's the only way divide and conquer will work under this disguise. So either Charlamagne messed up and you need to think they're trying to attack me on both sides, not divide and conquer you. It's no, they're trying to attack you here, and then they're trying to talk the Grand and get information about you and Drake or you and whoever to then use that information to take you down, right? So they're attacking you on both ends. They don't want to divide you. We want to use him to attack you. There's no divide there. They're just attacking you on two fronts. They're attacking you here and attacking him to get to you. There's no divide and conquer. So divide and conquer, like I said, will only work if they're attacking, if they think he's the big fish. So now Charlamagne tells you so you could get away from him. Now, once you fall back from him, you leave him alone. Now we can go straight for him. And without the backing of you, we could kill him off silently. Get what I'm saying? And by killing him off silently, by saying, "Hey, he's ratting on you and Drake," and now you distance. Oh man, you trying to pin your shit on us? Let me back away from you. And now you backing away from your backing. You backing away from the narratives he wants you to put in the world because you're his mouthpiece. Get what I'm saying? Now we can attack him even though he's a millionaire in Australia, like Charlamagne is trying to portray in his articles, right? Through Bitcoin or whatever. And by the sports betting or however that go, whatever Charlamagne is trying to push, right? Whatever the Rock Nation narrative is, as you're saying, against him, yes, let's take him out. And as long as we don't got Akademiks, because he's here and he could somewhat be controlled or whatever, he's scared to come outside. However they look at you, because now you're the little man. Get what I'm saying? You're the little man. We need to... We sent Charlamagne in. Rock Nation sent Charlamagne in to divide and conquer, because that's what you're saying, right? So he's telling you so you could get away from Grand, because they think Grand is the big fish. That's all I'm saying. Divide and conquer ain't to get Grand away from you so they can attack you. That don't make sense. See what I'm saying? You keep trying to separate yourself. It don't make sense. Because if he's the peon, all they ever need is to attack you. We don't need to go after him to attack you, because once they kill you, he's dead. He's behind the scenes. He's Akademiks TV. Why would we have to kill Akademiks TV if Akademiks is still going to be living? That don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to play divide and conquer and tell you about things about him. If they wanted to play divide and conquer, they would go to him to try to get him away from you. They would tell him things about you so he could move from you. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't work the other way unless he's the big fish. If they believe this is the guy where Akademiks get his narratives and funding for the majority, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you may make millions in the industry, but whoever this guy is, he funds it in whatever way, and it's his narrative that Akademiks is pushing. So now we have to kill him, and then that in turn will kill you. Because you already said they've been trying to get at you for however long now. You get what I'm saying, Ak? It just don't make no sense. So you got to believe, so like I said, you either have to believe that Charlamagne was genuinely giving you a heads up and he fucked up. Charlamagne genuinely gave you a heads up. He fucked up because Rock Nation was making a play trying to take you down. He gave you some shit. He wasn't even supposed to. He wasn't supposed, for whatever reason, just the word of mouth and whoever, if Rock Nation is behind this investigation, right? It came back. It came back to Charlamagne. He told you. Let's go with that. He told you he fucked up because that was a Rock Nation play. They was trying to play divide and conquer. You get what I'm saying? They was trying to like I said, it don't make no sense because you're academics. You get what I'm saying? It don't make the sense to kill academics TV because you're academics, dude. I don't, I don't get what you don't get. How that divide and conquer doesn't work if they just the plan on killing him. They're giving you information. Rock Nation sends Charlamagne into you to give you information to get away from Grand, to get away from George. Y'all split. They kill him off because he no longer have you, but you're the person they're going after. So you still get to thrive. What good is it to just kill off the little man? I don't get it. I don't get how you think that's logical. Like I said, now if he's the big fish, yo, get academic. Let's like I said, they if they were going after you, they Charlamagne would have told George, yo, this is what I know Ack is your man. Cause I'm saying if they send it in, if Rock Nation is sending him in, they would go after George so he could get away from you because he's academic TV. Let's kill academics TV. Cool. He's away from I can't fuck with Ack no more. Now you by yourself, you don't got the narrative page to push whatever narrative for you on top of your page, and now it's only us against you, and we don't got the narrative page no more. You know what I'm saying? So they go after him. They tell him about you, so then he could fall back from you and leave you standing alone, and now you don't have a narratives page. Versus they're telling you about him, so you could fall back from him, and they kill him off. But that's like a small fry because your name is still good. Get what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm not making sense, but I don't think you're making sense because it's no way that anybody. I'm talking about as a consumer now, as a consumer of your content. Nobody looks at Academics TV and the Grand Wizard as the guy. We know he got the narrative meme page, but we look at it as that's your page. See what I'm saying? That's why it don't work that way. It does. Nobody would ever feel like if you kill Academics TV as a brand that Academics won't have another Academics TV 2, Academics TV 3, Academics TV 4, whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like the page will always be, and the person or people who decide to run it will always try to spread your words, your narrative, your Drake's words, Drake's narratives, or that's what we think that is. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. The divide and conquer thing don't work to me. But Act, I think you gotta move a little smarter than what you're saying you know to do. Um, and like I said, if either Charlamagne messed up big time by telling you, and you kind of got the heads up, and you got the one up because Charlamagne kind of discussed some information, even though he didn't know, because he couldn't knew. That's what I'm saying. It couldn't be a Rock Nation play to get Charlamagne to tell you so you could get away from George, to have you still living. Because it don't make sense. I'm not gonna go through it again, but I mean, we here now. We trying to get an understanding. Act, Charlamagne. I'm glad y'all had y'all conversation. Uh, I know I hear a lot of the time they keep saying that, oh, Jay-Z don't know this, Jay-Z don't know that, he's not thinking about you. I don't and to me, I mean, obviously, I've heard plenty of people say, "Hey, Jay Z called or Jay Z put the word in about this and that," and yo, he is watching. I heard Joe say that. I heard other people say that. Um, if it's not Jay Z himself, it's somebody at Rock Nation who's keeping him informed. It's 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 like I said, when I got some more to speak on Jay Z, and we'll get there. But when you trying to do this $1 billion multifaceted mogul in many different industries, you're gonna need at minimum, at minimum, you're gonna need a a marketing tool to portray you in a good light and give out your narratives. Like I said, whether it's if you're trying to combat something or you just got something you just want to get out there, you're gonna need somebody in your corner. That's why a lot of these uh multi-billionaire people may own newspapers and TV stations and all these things. It's like it's not a new thing to own a TV station or own a newspaper, a magazine. You need a way to convey your message at the times you need it conveyed. And you can't necessarily rely on happenstance and word of mouth and uh what do we do? Like we trying to get people to do this and we trying to sway the narrative this and that way, or we trying to get this narrative out. Who can we go to? You need to have these people in pocket already. You get what I'm saying? You need to have these steps in place to where it could just be a oh what we need. Oh, all right. Whoa, 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 whoa. And you don't get to billionaire status without having these things in place. And like I said, it's not necessarily to combat a bad situation. Most of the times, it's gonna be, hey, I need to sell a certain amount of things. I need to do a certain amount of things. That's why Jay Z puts himself in position with the NFL. That's why he comes out and speaks at critical times. That's why he does his behind the scenes work that a lot of people know and they don't speak about. So when he is trying to uh, open a new business, he is trying to do certain things in society to push him and himself and his name, his brand, his whole whatever he has in his mind forward, that everybody knows he knows what he got to do. All right, Charlamagne got to get on the radio to spread that, or Charlamagne got to use his celebrity to come down and talk to the people at this town hall meeting, or Fat Joe got to come down speak at the town hall meeting, or these people who vote that they know I gave money to their kids for tuition. They and I need that district. All them people gonna show up and advocate for me. Like you need these people. Like these people don't come at the whim just when you just think of an idea. These people are already in place. You know what I'm saying? It's relationships. You do the Rock Nation brunches. You do the give back to schools. And like I said, on a Jay Z level, it's for years he donated to the kids in Columbine at this after the school shooting. You get what I'm saying? Like the philanthropy work that's done is so when these times come, people have an understanding. Oh, all right, cool. That no, we know the real him. You got Stephen A. on his platform saying, no, when these things came out, there's no believe all women. You get what I'm saying? No, I don't know that man to be like that. That's not one I'm believing. I'm not with that. Whether it's Wayno, whether it's Charlamagne, Stephen A, whether it's the NFL still sticking beside him. It's all of the things you create these relationships, and it just you just gotta know. Like you can't be at this stage of the game. Act you can't be surprised. You can't be surprised that Charlemagne, his name is gonna show up on this casino bid. That was probably one of the perks for the years of commitment that you showed, or the years of loyalty and commitment you showed to Rock Nation. You get what I'm saying? That everything doesn't have to be on somebody's official payroll. See what I'm saying? But the relationship is there. So, yo, when I could put you on something, when I get you in a room to talk at the NFL, when we trying to get this uh Colin Kaepernick thing and all of the things situated, hey, I'm you gonna be in the room with me. Hey, you give the harder hitting questions. You get in a platform to speak at the NFL. They gonna see your face. Other people you gonna meet and greet with certain people. He been putting them in the rooms for years. It doesn't have to come with a check. The I put you in position. That's what Jay can say. That's what Desiree Perez can say. Like I said, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Jay Z. Like everybody wants to put it on Jay Z. Everybody wants to put it on Jay Z. I'm gonna say it again. Everybody wants to put it on Jay Z. It's just the brand and the company and the people and how we're trying to progress forward.